let's talk about the best rerun banners of 2023 so far. As the year goes on, we might get more banners that are going to be really, really good, but we're going to focus on the banners that meet a certain criteria. And that criteria is all the characters on the banner, regardless of how the filler are, worth summoning for. So for example, the first banner on this list, which is the obvious one, this 1000-Year Blood War Aizen, this 1000-Year Blood War Yamamoto, and this 1000-Year Blood War Ewok. This is a rerun banner that no matter what the filler is worth summoning for. This character right here is a really good NAD character. As you can see, it launches his attack, it's ranged, that means he doesn't have to get close. He's a very safe character. Granted, if you're autoing, it's going to be a bit on the slower side compared to some other characters, but overall this character is very, very powerful. He has a barrier and multi-barrier right here, so that means every time he activates this little ability, he's going to have I think 5 hits that he's able to tank. See, multi-barrier. He also has guard break plus hit hidden enemies. That means any of the monsters that are underground, he's going to be able to hit them. It's built into that with guard break, which is really good. The status ailment attack boost makes him hit like a truck. Like seriously, if you want to see how strong this character is, I suggest go watch some gameplay on this, because this character hits pretty hard. He also has poise, so that means if he gets hit, he ain't gonna get flinched. He ain't gonna have to worry about that. The only issue is status ailments that this character will, this is his only weakness right here. If he gets inflicted with paralysis, freeze, weaken, because those status ailments can go through the barrier, so you do got to keep an eye on that. He has flurry +1, increased status ailment chance against speed attribute enemy, so basically what he's normally going to be fighting against. He also has a gauge. That means his strong attack recharge is going to go to minus 30%, so that means there's a reduction of 30%. He also has increased normal attack damage 60%. He has fire resistance 100%, read all affiliation dodges, which is really, really good for certain missions. I can't remember what it is specifically, but it is to get stuff to max transcend your characters. So do keep that in mind. That's one really good reason to have him. And he also has Bruiser 100% when the gauge effect is active, along with taking 50% less damage. He also has Weaken on all of his attacks, except for the barrier one. So overall, this character is very solid. Honestly, one of my favorite characters in the game. He's definitely one of my favorite characters in the game. For NAD. He might actually even be my favorite NAD character in the game, actually, now that I think about it. Then we have this character. This character right here is one of the best characters in the game. He is SP based. He doesn't have the ranged attack, which, to be honest, if he had a ranged normal attack, honestly, he would be probably slower than what he is at clearing through content, so it wouldn't be the greatest kit for him. Although he does have a bit of a weakness that sometimes, even when, especially with your autoing, if he uses all of his strong attacks in a weird way, a very inefficient way, which is the AI does quite a lot, he might run up into a bunch of enemies and get surrounded and just destroyed. If you do not have a high amount of stamina on this character, like I do, because actually I can't show you. I have him 3 out of 5, and one of the last one, the more recent one I got, buffs his stamina by 1,000. One I got it to 10, level 10. Then I got attack and focus, I believe, to 10 as well. So not attack and focus, SP and focus. He hits pretty hard, but he's now able to take more hits. Before I got a higher stamina amount, before I got the max transcendence, there would be occasion where he would, when autoing the point event, get knocked out. But if you're playing with him and you're not autoing, or you're willing to, auto in the point event or certain things that he's able to do for the most part reliably, as long as you have a backup in place, you should be fine. He has dual status ailments on all of his attacks, which is very good. He has burn and weaken. His innate skills, dodge hollow damage, which is, pretty good. He's going up against Talos. Sprinter +2, which is very nice. Havoc, 20%. Now this is where it gets a little bit interesting. He has something called shared complete status immunity. He doesn't have to worry about status immunity. And if you're doing co-op or some kind of content where you're working with other people, you don't have to worry about them getting status ailments as long as you are constantly getting inflicted, or actually about every 10 seconds getting inflicted with the status ailment to provide the immunity to everyone else. So there's a puddle, let's just say that little circle he's in is a puddle of, let's just say, fire. He walks into it and he is immune to it, but he provides that burning immunity to all of the other people so they can walk in it, even if they don't have complete status immunity or shared complete status immunity. So it's like a really, really beneficial skill to have in the game to make it easier farming content. His Frenzy +1, Bombardment, Debilitator +5 seconds. That means the status effects will last longer. He also has damage to burning enemies and damage to weakened enemies, 40% for each. These two combined are insane because he will be able to inflict, like that one is a Vortex. That tends to inflict a status ailment a lot on him. But with all of his skills having it, including his normal attack, you're actually, to be honest, I probably wouldn't even focus on trying to get them. I'll just wait for the strong attacks to recharge. But overall, those skills will inflict status ailment quite regularly unless their opponent is immune to it. Weakened defense, I believe, is only activated on the special when you use the special, which is the purple one at the top. So that's like really good for nuking bosses. And he has Marauder, which is a very good skill. And then he has a status ailment spiritual pressure boost. What that means is when he inflicts a status ailment, one of the two status elements on there, he is going to be doing, he's going to get like an 80% boost to his spiritual pressure, which is kind of insane because if you inflict weaken on him and then you inflict the status or get the 80% SP boost and you also get the 40% damage to weakened enemies, you're going to be doing a lot of damage. A lot. There's a reason why this character can do guild quests on days that it's not supposed to be for him. So honestly, really, really good character. You walk, I'm going to speed this up a bit, otherwise this video is going to be a little bit too long. You walk, very good, solid, brave battle character. Also really good with PvE. He has a boost. He has dual status ailments, paralysis and drain, so he's able to heal back. He has a immunity to weaken. He has poise, so he doesn't have to worry about getting stun locked. And he has half stamina only, decreased damage taken, so that means when his stamina drops below half, he's going to be taking 50% less damage. This combined with the drain, allowing him to heal, can be really good in PvE content, as well as brave battles, assuming the person they're running up against does not have... does he have it? No, I don't think so. Basically, there's a skill that allows them to prevent healing. So if they have that, you're out of luck. And he also has booster, which means the boost you get from that is going to be better. Overall, really solid character. This banner right here is worth summoning on no matter what the filler is. Like if you do not have all these characters 5 out of 5, it could be worth summoning. If you have 2 of the characters 5 out of 5, then it might not be worth summoning for on the banner, depending on which character it is that you don't have 5 out of 5. For example, if you have these 2 characters 5 out of 5, it may necessarily not be the best idea to summon for this character 5 out of 5. But if you don't have this character 5 out of 5, then it's right. This character alone almost makes it worth it to summon for this character 5 to get him 5 out of 5. Just don't go super deep. They always have rerun banners. Well, not always, but for a while. Usually for a year after this character comes out, you should have rerun banners. I think the next one is going to be in a couple months, a month or two. So maybe March, April would be the earliest. Mid to late March, April, somewhere around there. That'd be around the earliest time I would expect these characters to come back. The next banner on the list is 1000-Year Blood War Ichigo, 1000-Year Blood War Yuryu, and 1000-Year Blood War Chad. Those 3 characters are worth summoning for. Chad is a pretty good brave battle character. If we take a look, his weakened resistance. The only thing I don't really care about this is the fact that he does not have any status ailments on his skills. But he's able to do increased damage to enemies not inflicted by an ailment. So kind of makes up for that. Pierce Barrier, that's PV Brave Battles, so that's really good there. So you're able to actually, if someone has like a 10 out of 10 barrier, not 10 out of 10, like a stack of 10 barriers, like what's his name, Ichibei, you can pierce that right from the beginning. Guard Break plus hit an enemy, so that's a PvE skill. He has Booster, really good. He has Flurry plus 1 in long range, so that means he's able to, his normal attacks are able to reach longer. Overall, really solid character for Brave Battles. Then you get this character. This character is a really good farming character. He has team, party, stamina, recovery. So that means if you have a whole team of this character, each one of them activating every time you transition from one screen to the next, you're going to be healing a lot of health back every time. You also have the full stamina damage boost of 20%. So that means as long as your stamina is full, he's going to be hitting with 20% more damage. But if you scroll down here, he has increased super speed link slot potion. So he's a super potion, and a droplet character for speed. That's insane. Well, he's not a speed character, he's tech, but that's the drops for speed potions and droplets. Overall, really good character. The only thing he really doesn't have that kind of makes his character not as good, in my opinion, but to be honest, he's a farming character, so kind of balances out. And that is where he doesn't have any status elements. He doesn't have that one where if this character does not inflict someone, or as long as the opponent is not inflicted with the status element, he's going to be doing 100% more damage. He does not have that. So the not having any kind of status elements on this character does hurt him a bit. And then we have this character. 1,000 Year Blood War Ichigo. Strong attack recharge time minus 14%. That's a pretty good trait. Read all affiliation dodges, kind of like the 1,000 Year Blood War Aizen. He has long stride, that means when you move manually, he's going to be moving a lot further. Team party stamina recovery, so that means it's just like 1,000 Year Blood War Yuryu. That means having a group of this on your team, as long as you're transitioning between the screens, will be healing quite a bit of health with 4 of these characters. You probably won't need 4 of these characters because this character is pretty good. He also has shared complete status immunity, so that means you don't have to worry about getting afflicted with the status element on this character. Same thing as, or same skill as 1,000 Year Blood War Yamamoto. And if we scroll down here, he also has increased damage to enemies not afflicted by an ailment. He has Marauder, hit enemies, and plus Pierce Iron Skin. So this right here is a really good skill. Mainly this one right here, Pierce Iron Skin. The hidden enemies is good too, but Pierce Iron Skin means for certain content in the game, you don't have to inflict the enemy with the status ailment in order to hurt them. Certain enemies in this game, as long as they're not inflicted with the status ailment, they're able to take a lot less damage from you. Meaning, you're out of luck if you're not able to inflict a status ailment of any kind. It's going to take so long, and a lot of content that has this skill usually have a time limit that you're not going to be able to complete the quest or mission if you do not have status ailment or this Pierce Iron Skin. So definitely a really good skill to have, especially since he has no status element. This character is really good. So yeah, really good character. And the last banner on this one is this banner right here. So if we take a look at Sajin, he's a brave battle character like the previous two, Yawak and Chad. He has paralysis resistance and drain duration reduction 100%. So that means he's not going to have to worry about getting drained, which means you ain't going to be able to heal off him. And paralysis resistance means he doesn't have to worry about getting, paralyzed, which is really good. He has lacerate and paralyze, which are two really good skills to have. The lacerate will basically make it so they can't do anything. Was it specials and strong attacks, if I remember correctly? So they're only able to attack with normal attacks, and they also move a lot slower. So that's like a really good skill to have. Paralysis is obvious. They can't move at all. They can't do anything while they have paralysis on. Half stamina only, decreased damage taken by 50%. Really good. And the first 10 seconds will give this a flurry plus 1. But you also have flurry plus 2 over here. So in Brave Battle only, for the first 10 seconds, he's going to have +3 to Flurry, which is going to be, that's pretty insane. He has Ignore, Brave Battle, Invincibility, Poise, Guard Break. The only one he would really need to get at getting this Link Slot character to at least 15 would be to get the Pierce Barrier. But overall, really solid Brave Battle character. And then if we take a look at Kaname, this one right here, he is just like 1000-Year Blood Warrior in that he is a potion, super potion, droplet character. It's a really good farming character, but it comes at the expense of not being able to do as much damage as some of the characters that I mentioned prior to this. But it does definitely make up, because this potion, super potion, droplet character is a really, really good set of skills to have. That means you don't have to worry about getting another droplet character, potion, or super potion character, except for the ones that are actually have a soul trait that actually say potion, droplet, because then you can stack them. And those ones are probably going to be a lot more numerous than these guys right here. So you can probably pick them up over time. And that'll just be really insane if you have a full party of characters that have 30% droplets, and then 3 characters that have +30% droplets linked to this character with this skill. So that's going to be pretty insane. It's simply a 120% droplet increase for just one character. Times it by the amount of characters that you can have would be 4. So that's what, 480% increase? I'm not sure how that looks like in application, but that seems pretty insane. So overall, he does have Drain, so that means he's able to heal. Does he have anything that goes with Drain? Doesn't seem like it. Up here maybe? Nah, it doesn't look like, he doesn't seem like he has any full stamina damage type of stuff that he can take advantage of. You can put something like that on this character if he has, if you get him to Link Slot 15 or Link Slot 20, which is that right there, the character Link. You can level those up, which you need the potions, super potions, and droplets in order to do so anyways. And last but not least is this Toshiro. I have not played with this character, but I'm he's gonna be the best of character in this kind, because the other shared complete status immune character is Safui Roka. This Safui Toshiro is gonna be better, because Safui Roka does have like 1 or 2 strong attacks that are not optimal. I think it's 1. And on top of that, just doesn't have the damage output this character has right here. This character has Gauge, Berserk 100%, decreased damage taken by 50%, full stamina only, increased strong attack damage of 40%, and full stamina damage boost 20%. So this right here, as long as you maintain full stamina, you're going to be doing a lot. He has freeze on all of his attacks, I should point that out as well. And the Gauge effect has a strong attack recharge of 30%, and he has a Gauge effect of heal 30%. So he has a way to heal his abilities, and depending on where you're farming or where you're taking this character, if you're in single player, you can just put him with like an Ichigo, 1000-Year Blood Warrior Ichigo, 1000-Year Blood Warrior, or both of them, potentially, and you'll have a team party heal that will also help keep this character in tip-top shape. He has shared complete status immunity of 100%, so that means same principle as 1000-Year Blood Warrior Ichigo and Yamamoto. He has Frenzy +1 and Bombardment, which is really good for being able to do more damage. Debilitator +5 seconds. Marauder is something that most characters should have nowadays, especially if they want to be a top tier character. And the status ailment spiritual pressure boost is the same as 1000-Year Blood Warrior Yamamoto, in that if you inflict one of these status elements or freeze on one of the enemies, you're going to be doing 80%. Well, I should say your SP boost is going to be 8%. So let's just say you had 1000 SP, you're going to have 1800 SP. So overall, really, really, really strong character. Honestly, I'm tempted to summon on his rerun banner whenever that comes back. I think since it was end of January, not end of January, end of December, the last banner of the year, there's usually about a 3.5-4 month wait before you get this banner again. So if we're going by that, I believe it's April. Around April should be the earliest time we should expect this banner to return with this character. The 1000-Year Blood Warrior Yamamoto should be potentially returning If it follows a 3.5, 4 month between banners, in a month or two should also be when the 1,000 Year Blood War Yamamoto banner returns, which is something I'm definitely got to summon for, because I believe this guy 2 out of 5, right? Or actually, I can't tell from here. But I know I have 1,000 Year Blood War Yamamoto 3 out of 5, and I think I have Yuwak and Aizen 2 out of 5. It's going to be something I'm going to actually summon for. And those, in my opinion, are the best 3 rerun banners currently cycling. There's a bunch of other rerun banners, like, for example, you have the Kenpachi lineage returning, which is this one right here. This, like, basically these 3 characters. And something pretty interesting is they're having a filler. Is the only reason why it's going to be worth it to summon for these characters, in my opinion, because these 2 characters are being added to it, and she's a really fast character, a really good character overall. And if she wasn't in it, I would not be summoning on this Kenpachi lineage banner, because quite honestly, I got this Kenpachi and I don't really care for these 2 that much. I'm probably not even going to go deep. I'm probably going to do like a step or 2. So overall, to be honest, I'm still not, actually now that I'm thinking about it, I might not even summon on the banner. It's really going to depend on how I feel at the time when the banner releases, which should be on the 21st in like 3 days, 2-3 days, because today is almost over with. And that's pretty much it. So if you have any questions, put them in the comment section below. Those are, in my opinion, the 3 must summon banners in Bleach Brave Souls that are reruns. As the year goes on, I'm sure the end of month July banner, which is the anniversary limited banner, as I like to call it, that banner is probably going to be a must summon rerun banner when it comes out, because it's probably going to be really good. For those who do not know, last year's was this. This was the end of July's anniversary banner that was limited, the 1,000 Year Blood War banner. So if we get another banner like this, that's probably going to be a really good banner to summon on. Anywho, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.